Dr. Vico Korda. Time check 47 minutes past the hour 7. Much thanks to the sports crew for serving us with sports bets. My thanks to Dr. Vico Korda, Eric Odela, and also Scoroni Macaroni. And Okuseku Johnson was in the building to give us all the wrestling tidbits. And Yeezy, from SmackDown to Raw to the other one. What did he say? Was it climbing the ladder? It's a ladder name, so it be a wrestling hall. Yeezy. So now it's time for us to delve into the news highlight segment. We kickstart with local news on local news front. Over 60 missing state vehicles found in Nsawam. Over 60 missing state vehicles found in Nsawam. And also, police gunned down 2 robbers. This actually happened in Ashanti region. The Manso in Kwanta District Police Command is indicating, the second in command, that ACP Ampofo Duku indicated. And also, impact on climate change dawn on Ghana to take action. So we know the fact that there's a pact, there's a Paris Agreement which is about to be signed, and Ghana has its input and whatnot about the fact that there is this continuous alteration in climate conditions and the fact that it has some inimical and harmful effects on our system. There's this destructive downpour, debilitating sunshine, drought, among others, and also there's incessant fire outbreaks, high tide, widespread flooding, among others. And so there are various models or pragmatic and holistic measures that are being put in place to ensure that climate changes are brought to somewhat control. So we move from this point, we move straight to politics. On politics front, this case happens to be hovering around us. It started when I completed senior high school. I was underground by then. And still, this case is still hovering around us. Woyomi Gate scandal. Woyomi hasn't received court order for oral examination on the 29th of June. So we made to understand a couple of days ago, that was about 2 days ago, we were indicating that there's been this application by the Attorney General to somewhat orally examine Mr. Alfred Agbesi Woyomi about the payment of the controversial 51.2 million Ghana cedis judgment debt and whatnot. But his somewhat assistant, that's Reginald Dobe, is indicating that they've not received any such letter calling on Mr. Alfred Agbesi Woyomi to come to the court. We shall monitor proceedings with respect to this particular matter. You can join the conversation via text line 054-830-9029 and also across our various social media platforms. Facebook, KTU Radio. Alternatively, you can write on my wall, Kofi Sika Deo. And also on Twitter, you can tweet at me at Diosika and also at KTU Radio 877. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a discussion this morning more on politics. NDC MPP fight over which party is more corrupt. This morning, the question I'm asking, between the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party, which of them is more corrupt? Some 2 communicators of the party on Adom FM yesterday cataloged various corrupt practices that have happened during various administrations and whatnot. But I'm asking you the question this morning as an electorate. Which of these 2 parties do you think is more corrupt? Also, the president has no business appointing IGP and also Chief Justice. This from former head of Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, that's Justice Emil Short. He made this pronouncement at an event organized by the Institute of Economic Affairs, that winner takes all politics in Ghana, the case for a review of the appointing powers of the president, which took place yesterday, that's Wednesday, June 21st, at the Institute's premises in Accra. So it's interesting, this matter keeps coming up about the fact that when the president appoints the Inspector General of Police, that's the IGP, and also the Chief Justice, there's a likelihood that he might be singing or might be dancing to the tune of the appointment. So we are asking that is it necessary for there to be necessary amendments to various provisions that allow for the president to make such appointments to be somewhat amended, such that there will be pragmatic and holistic measures put in place, such that in future those various institutions might have a very better fair structure in order to appoint various somewhat Inspector General of Police or also the Chief Justice. So this a critical question we're asking this morning, whether it is necessary. We are being made to understand that for purposes of literature references, Chapter 15, Article 202 of the 1992 Constitution gives the President, in consultation with the Council of State, permission, or it gives him the sole prerogative to appoint the Inspector General of Police. And also, Chapter 11, Article 144, Clause 1 gives the President the sole prerogative to appoint the Chief Justice in consultation with the Council of State and with approval from Parliament. So we move straight to business news from Business News Front. Minority Dares Cocoa Board Chief Executive Officer to come public on the Stabilization Fund. So this also a story that has been hovering around for the past 2 weeks. A fortnight ago, we made to understand that the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board, that's Cocoa Board, Joseph Adu, made public funds accrued so far under the he needs to make it public. That's the Cocoa Stabilization Fund. There's a press conference by the National Democratic Congress, that's the minority. I want to read the press conference actually, even though it's quite lengthy, but I'll try to summarize it. So what they are asking is that first of all, they want the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board, that's Cocoa Board, Mr. Joseph Adu, to indicate what actually is the concrete figure of the Stabilization Fund. That's one. And also two, they are indicating that there is this group or there's this committee called the Producer Price Review Committee, which is tasked to ensure that various reviewing of prices of cocoa for the producer or the farmers, the cocoa farmers, are supposed to be put in consideration. But they are made to understand that the CEO indicated categorically and emphatically that for the 2017-2018 cocoa season, there wouldn't be payments since there's a decline in price on the world market. The various payments due the cocoa farmers are not going to be made to them. So they are asking that the Stabilization Fund was somewhat established to be a cushion for the cocoa farmer, so that if there's a decline or a fall in price on the world market, it wouldn't affect the cocoa production. So they are asking pertinent questions. We shall delve into that during the analysis segment. There are critical points that the minority is raising, and we'll have to also take the government's take on this particular matter. And what now? You so tune into Morning Rush, your most intellectual and educative morning show in the whole of the city and beyond. More on Business News Front. Policy interventions lowering cost of doing business. That His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo made this pronouncement during an IDU, that's the International Democrat Union, IDU, a working association of over 80 conservative Christian Democrat and like-minded political parties of the center and center-right. So, very interesting. At this point in time, I want to truncate the show so we enjoy more jam-to-jam, back-to-back tunes from the masterclass man behind the ones and two, Dr. Vivo Korda. We return with international news and also entertainment news. So the station is KTU Radio 87.7 MHz, the star of the Easter. Yeah. Black G. Show.
Good morning, Blackie.
Show. Now I'm missing man. And he's on a move. Oh, okay. But me sure say people home.
Release me.
I love somebody.
I like you, but I love somebody else, ladies. I like you, but I love somebody else. I like you, but I love somebody else.
More than you want to say.
Bring it back. On the track. Yes, I told police and I call it back. Nobody bad. I put it back. On what I'm going to go to brass. Shut that. Nobody got. Can you need them so I'm a people black? Tell the light on now. And then you get warm out. So we do the warm out.
the politician.
Yes.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Welcome, sir.
There we go.
That's right. Masterclass from behind the ones and twos. Dr. Vico Korda of Bianuju. Don't try. At this point, we move straight to international news. International news front. 6 inmates save supervising officer who collapsed while on duty. 6 inmates save supervising officer who collapsed while on duty. This actually happened in Georgia. But this one, I'm asking this question: if you were an inmate and your supervising officer collapsed, would you have resuscitated him or brought him back to life, or what would you have done? Would you take it as a freedom opportunity or an opportunity to flee away? Also, more on international news front. US B-1 bombers fly over North Korea peninsula as tensions for Third World War still rises. Actually, the B-1 bomber was practicing some few missions with Japanese and South Korean F-15 fighter jets around the Korean peninsula. And actually, North Korea sees that as very provocative. That's up on international news front. Wonderful listening. The station is still KTU Radio, 87.7 megahertz. The star of the East. The show is Morning Rush. Your most intellectual, and educative morning show in the whole of the city and beyond. On the entertainment front, is Nanama McBrown pregnant? That's a big question with a big question mark. Is Nanama McBrown pregnant? This actually is a question by virtue of the fact that she posted a pic on her Instagram page, and with this pic, you could see somewhat a protruding stomach or protruding abdomen of Nanama McBrown. And so people are asking the question whether she is pregnant or it's maybe a mere increase in size of her abdomen. Time and tide will tell. And also, Kofi Asamoah goes into hiding. We know the filmmaker Kofi Asamoah is actually gone into hiding after he somewhat copied a movie by name Scheme, which he entitled his John and John, but has various similar characters and similar storyline. And so the man Timothy Green, who actually is the registered owner of the movie or the film Scheme, is very displeased and disappointed with the fact that Mr. Kofi Asamoah didn't seek any permission from him before using the same storyline and same characters for his particular movie, John and John. We shall monitor what will actually come out from this particular one. And also, Stonebwoy, aka Songstress, nominated for Linkage Awards 2017. So you may understand there's this group by name Linkage Awards, this award scheme that's nominated Stonebwoy and aka Songstress. So wish them well as they move in their quest for another laurel, and another feather in their cap. Also, I own Ghana music industry. Who is saying this one? Charles Niyama Mensah Shatawale. He's stating that he owns the Ghana music industry. What do you think? Is that a case or not? You can join the conversation via text line 054-830-9029. 054-830-9029. 054-830-9029. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a discussion this morning. Also, via our various social media platforms, Facebook, KTU Radio. Alternatively, you can write on my wall, Kofi Sika Deo. Also on Twitter, you can tweet at us at KTU Radio 877, and also at Deosika, at DEOSIKA. On this note, we draw the curtain on the news highlight segment. Enjoy more fantastic jam hits, back-to-back tunes. I return and I introduce the wonderful gentlemen that shall join me do the dissecting, bisecting, and the multi-section of various issues that we've discussed and we've touched on in the highlight session. So in due time, I shall introduce gentlemen and we shall kickstart the discussion. Still, the station is KTU Radio 87.7 MHz. The show is Morning Rush, your most intellectual and educative morning show in the whole of the city and beyond. Time check about 10 minutes past the hour 8.